Good morning, Woodrose, and this is your host, Riza Adaki, back with another episode of the Challenger Channel. Today is May 21st, 2021, and it is an A Day. Just some reminders, there is no school on the 31st of May. Anyways, that is from your host, Riza Adaki, now Gia and Donishri with our special
This week, I'm showing you how to make homemade potato chips. For this, you'll only need 3 ingredients, unless you choose to add more toppings. Potatoes, obviously, salt, olive oil, and I'm adding garlic powder as a topping, but again, this is optional. First, I'm going to chop the potatoes in slices. Now I'm going to transfer these potato slices into the bowl, and I'm going to add some olive oil on top of it. I don't have a perfect measurement, I'm just gonna eye it, but I'm gonna say about 2 tablespoons. Now I need to lay down the potato slices here and let it set between 2 tissue papers. Now I'm going to put the other tissue right on top and let it set for a few minutes. So now I've let the chips set and I can go ahead and transfer it to any utensil or plate, and it depends on what you're using. You can use a microwave, you can use a mini toaster oven, which is what I'm using, you can use an actual oven, and you can use an air fryer. Either of them work. So I'm using a mini toaster oven. I have to put a little oil at the bottom and put all the chips over it. So now I'm going to put more olive oil on the top of the potato slices. And I'm also going to sprinkle the salt. So I'm toasting my chips in the mini toaster oven, but I know that the microwave is more common. So for the microwave, you need to microwave it for 6 to 7 minutes. And this is the final product. I tried the microwave and the mini oven, and both of them worked great, and they taste really good, so I hope you try them out.
What's up, Woodrow? It's Anshri back with your special segments with the riddles of the week and the celebrity birthday shoutouts. So this week's first riddle for you all is, what is that if given one, you either get 2 or none? Your second riddle is, if 11 plus 2 equals 1, then what does 9 plus 5 equal? Put both your answers at this link. The first person to answer both riddles correctly will be featured on next week's Challenger channel. This week's celebrity birthday shoutout goes to Kevin Quinn, who is an American actor. Kevin Jared Quinn is an American actor and singer. He is known for his starring role as Xander in the Disney Channel original series Bunked, and his supporting role in the 2016 Disney Channel original movie Adventures in Babysitting. He was born today and is turning 23 today. That's all for today, Woodrow. Bye!
Happy Friday, Woodrow. This is Sports with John. The NBA season has come to a close, with the Philadelphia 76ers and the Utah Jazz taking top seeds in the East and West conferences respectively. The number 2 seed in the East, the Brooklyn Nets, are the favorites to win the championship, but their big three of Kevin Durant, James Harden, and Kyrie Irving have yet to play a consistent amount of time together due to injuries, which has caused some concerns. In Woodrow news, the boys baseball team took a tough loss to East Brunswick when they were shut out and no hit through 5 innings. The Challengers put 2 runners on with walks, but couldn't score any runs. Their next game is against John Adams on the 27th of May at the Woodrow Wilson home field. The softball team's next game is on Tuesday at home against South Plainfield. This has been Sports with John. Go Challengers!
On this day, May 21st, in the year 1932, Amelia Earhart became the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic Ocean as she landed in Northern Ireland about 15 hours after leaving Newfoundland, and she was never found again.
Hello, Woodrow Wilson. This is Sarvesh Frankmore closing out your morning announcements. Reminder that we have a new day off on June 1st, in addition to May 31st. So, with the school year slowly closing down, and summer vacation just on the horizon, I know school's still right here, and here's a few tips that I've compiled for the rest of the school year. Just a quick disclaimer, these are just my opinions, and they're going to be subjective to a lot of people. If you have your own personal study tips and you're doing good with those, I suggest you do them, because at the end of the day, it's you. So, with that said, I'm going to get into it. So, first off, remember that now every grade is going to count. I know a lot of my teachers personally say this, and it's very important to keep on putting good grades into your assignments all the time. I know one of my teachers in particular, he says this a lot because, as he quotes, we're not putting a lot of grades into the grade book. That's consequentially meaning every single grade is going to count a lot more. Obvious, it's math. But that means that we have to put good effort into the assignments we have, so we have a pretty solid grade overall. And it's more reason to do good on your assignments. So, quick thing. Good effort leads to good grades. And if you're into good grades, I suggest putting some good effort in these last few assignments. So, adding on, plan. I know so many people that do not plan, and they're pulling all-nighters every day of the week because they were procrastinating, and it's really not healthy. It lowers your quality of work, and it just makes you into a really grumpy person. And I've pulled a few all-nighters in the school year. I can personally say that it was not fun, and I felt the quality of work I had was not as good. So I suggest planning. It might be a bit of a pain to spend 30 minutes out of your day planning, but it's ultimately worth it because you can put better effort and thus leaning, as I said before, to good grades. And at the end of the day, that's pretty nice. Finally, if you're studying for a test, I would suggest doing group studies. Now, what do I mean by group studies? I mean studying with a friend, or a few friends, or a group of people. And this helps to make you study harder while still maintaining a bit of fun because you're talking to your friends after all. And it keeps the studying process a lot easier. Especially now with Zoom meetings being created in the span of a few clicks, it is easier than ever to conduct group studies. And there's a lot of programs that you can use aside from Zoom. And I've done a lot of group studying this year, and I've noticed I liked it a lot and I performed pretty well on my assessments because of that. So, just saying, if you are interested in that, feel free to try it out in these last few assignments. Alright then. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to ask them at the email addresses on the screen. That's all from your host, Sarvesh Woodrow. Go Challengers!